Hey guys, we're back. Hopefully this works better. Let me know that if you can hear me okay. I'm just going to bring up the video channel. Let me know you can hear me, guys, please. We're just rejoining us. If you're just joining us, we was live, but we got shut down, or it got shut down. However that works. We're covering Tommy Robinson live, and we're going to pick up on another stream. So this is what we've got so far. Can you hear me okay? I'm just waiting for the YouTube chat to come up. Let's have a little look. Let's bring up the screen for you. Okay guys, I need to get the chat back. Okay guys, I'm going to keep commentary going while I get this stream back. I've got a few technical things to do. So I just changed the screen and there doesn't seem to be a YouTube chat, so bear with me a second. Let me get the chat up. I need to restart everything. So we've got a few technical problems that I'm trying to deal with for you to get you the stream back. We are still going. So I'm going to run some commentary. I'm just talking out loud until I can get this back to you. Let me get the pop-out chats. There we go, we got it. Shut that down. You can't see what I'm doing, that's why I changed the screen for the time being. Let's get the chat going. I'm busy pushing buttons here trying to get the stream back. Right, I've got your chat back, so I can now see the chat. So we're still working, frantic here. Let me change the buttons here. I'm still working on this for you guys. Bear with me. Here we go. So we've got some footage. We're nearly back. Okay. So I'm getting there slowly. Ta-da! And we're back, sort of, hopefully. So you're watching Ruperty, but Ruperty has muted the sound. So I think they had a similar kind of problem to what we had. So I'm going to keep running the my own commentary over the top until I can find a stream that has the sound. Because the sound's on, but they've muted the sound. They went down at the same time we did. That's interesting, isn't it? I'll get all your names in a minute. Sebastian, Cody, Joe, Sebastian, Emom, Stockport, Echo, Joe Powell. I think everybody went down at the same time. If you're just joining us, this is Ria Bow on Long Live Radio covering the Tommy Robinson Old Bailey court hearing, but we've got the only stream we've got at the minute is one without sound, so I'm going to go looking for one with sound. Okay, so bear with me a second. One Hook in Heels, welcome my friend. Sweetie Maz, that's a great name. Antonio, right, let me find a stream with sound for you guys. That went across the internet, that shut down. Ruptly went down, loads of people went down at the same time, so bear with me a second while I find another live stream. Is that one a Deplorable? Oh no, that's me as well. Right, okay, bear with me guys, work in progress here. Let's get another stream for you. Okay guys, let me do the technicals here. I'm in a studio with a lot of buttons and I can't get the YouTube chat up on screen, which is a bit nuts. Let me bring you the footage. Let me see if I can get the YouTube chat. They've changed the proxy setting. Let's see if I can get the chat up. I definitely want the chat on screen. Okay, I need a plan B. I'm still pushing buttons, so I'm talking out loud while I'm doing all this stuff on another screen, by the way, so you can't see what I'm doing here. I'm reloading a new proxy setting on another screen to bring the live chat up. Let's see if that works. And we got it, look. They changed proxy settings, guys, on us live. How nice is that? So all the proxy settings change. That's twice I've had to do it in a couple of days. So let's just, right, let me recompose myself somewhat. So what we're looking at on screen is, as you can see, supporters gather outside Tommy Robinson court case is no. Court case is adjourned. No, that can't be true. Whoa, there you go, guys. There's the breaking news. There's the meat and potatoes. If that's true, I'll read it to you again for those on audio. Supporters gather outside Tommy Robinson court case is adjourned. Audio muted. Would you believe that? That is shocking. Right, let me go looking for another stream, guys. See if we can get something going on. No, it's just adjourned. Sebastian says, what's the outcome? So that, what I just read out, is from Ruptly Live. Here's another live one, look. But there's nobody watching that. Let's see if we can get... Let's see if we can find another one. Last hour. Sorry, I've got to talk out loud, otherwise you've got dead air because there's no volume coming in. Oh look, well, we seem to make the stream list. I mean, interesting. Let's see if I can find one. So far the latest news is, if you're listening on audio, is the Tommy hearing has been adjourned. We're trying to cover another one. Let's see this one. Is this another stream? Which we're still working on this. That is not live, is it? No. Roughly 7,000. Is this live? All the lives. Oh no, here's one. Let's try the Sun. No. That's a British newspaper for those who don't know. Here we go, we got one. At last. Let me stop that. So we have one with sounds. Maybe not the best, but we've got something being fed in. Right, I'm about to look at your chat, guys, because there's not a lot else going on. For those on audio and just joining us, this is Ria Bow on Long Live Radio. Usually be Sunday Long Live Radio, where we stream all day on Sundays and we cover events like this. On screen we have the Old Bailey. Word on the street so far, but unconfirmed yet in terms of my view, is the court case for Tommy Robinson has been adjourned. There's speakers due on later. I'm going to be looking at the live chat shortly. If you are new to the channel, you must press the bell because we're a live show. That's what we do, and we do debate shows, current events, Sunday Long Live. Right, I'm looking at the chat. What we got in the chat, guys? What do you know, guys, that I don't know? So firstly, in the chat, has the court case been adjourned or not? Do we know that? Can anybody confirm that? Hey Silla, thanks for joining us. Who else have we got? Sweetie Maz, George Roper, Joe Powell. I knew it. Guys, anybody in the chat, can you confirm if this court case has been adjourned, please? I don't see video, but all right, let's get one. Sorry guys, let's get it for you. That was my fault. Confirm that. Andy says yes. Okay, so we've got someone speaking, but yes, people think that it's been adjourned. That is where we are with the Tommy Robinson case so far. Hey Ray, thanks for joining us. Let's listen to this lady, see what she says. Okay, so if you're just joining us, guys, I'm going to do some commentary because we can't hear the lady speaking very well. So I'm going to come in. And so far, thank you for joining us in the chat. Again, if you're just joining us, this is Ria Bow covering the Tommy Robinson Old Bailey hearing. We're having confirmation coming from various different places that the court case has been adjourned. And someone else has just written in there that this is what Tommy wanted. It's a different referral by the looks of it. So thank you for joining us. We usually stream all day Sundays, Sunday Long Live or hashtag Sunday Long Live. If you do want to subscribe to my channel, don't forget to hit the bell because we are a live show. We deal with live. We very rarely do uploaded videos. And on screen, for those on audio, we still have quite a good coverage here of loads of police on the footpath outside the Old Bailey. We've got a lot of people standing around. I don't know exactly how many. Maybe you could put that in the chat. I'm not looking at the chat at the moment. And it looks as though people are eagerly looking at the front doors of the Old Bailey for Tommy Robinson to come out. But it looks like it has been adjourned. What a shocking state of affairs. However, if it's correct that Tommy wanted this, then good. If I don't understand the difference, work in progress. Anybody new in the channel? Trek87, welcome. Sebastian Borat, welcome. Red Pilled at Birth, what a great name, welcome. EO Notch Zero, can I call you OE? I'll call you OE. Hey OE, thanks for joining us. We've got some speakers on, but we can't hear them so well, so I'm going to run a bit of commentary over the top. What does it mean? I don't know what do you mean? What, the new process? I don't know. Bad Attitude. Hey, Bad Attitude, welcome. So we got some speaker. For those on audio, part of the crowd is looking one way at a speaker, which we can't see on screen, and the other part is looking at the front door. Oh, now we can see it.
The police, the Home Office.
Let's get this.
Will not supply the protection for that man to come here and stand on this stage. Unbelievable. This guy is an absolute, I've got it. This guy, honestly, if you look him up, if you don't know about him, you must all know about him. He's the future in Holland. He is the future in Holland, and Tommy's the future in our country.
Darren, thank you for writing that. Let me read what Darren Steele says. The case has been referred to the Attorney General because of a speech Tommy gave in court, which blew the case against him out of the water. That is good news. I like that. There you go, guys, wherever you are in the world. That's pretty up-to-date stuff going on right there as it happens in the here and now. Night and day, Ria. As it's been referred to the Attorney General, it means Tommy will have the opportunity to be cross-examined. Fantastic. So does it, guys? Do we know if that means a jury?
A justice system that can arrest.
That's quite important to all of us, isn't it?
Just a few hours for reporting on a Pakistani Muslim rape gang.
Good news is that bloody good says that. Danny is a patriot. Michael, hey Michael. Silver Legion, so another trial. Yeah, another trial. But I'm waiting to see if any of you smarty pants out there know if that means a jury. Does that mean a jury? This cross-examination, it means a jury, doesn't it? Tommy loves us Jews as well. I don't have a problem with anybody, they're just people are good or not so good. Shona Beggs, welcome Shona, thanks for joining us. Shona says it should have been referred to the AG from the start. Yep. He needs a jury, he does need a jury. Let's hope it's a jury. So we're not quite sure whether that means a jury. Let's have a listen to the lady, guys, while we've got the stream back. I can talk at any point, so let's have a listen.
Then we are labelled as racist and far right. He began speaking out because it was the right thing to do, not because he's full of hate or because he's a racist. There was nothing sinister about this. Despite what the mainstream media would have you believe, he was bringing a truth out into the light for all to see. If Nazis were setting up stalls in towns and cities all across the UK calling for the death of Muslims, then the police would arrest them. Our government is scared of Tommy. He exposes
Okay, the speech, I'm not overwhelmed by the speech. I prefer what I'm reading. Ethan says no jury equals military courts. Yeah, I've not got too much resistance to that. Hopefully the stream holds out here. It's still a little bit wobbly. You just watch 85% of the jury. Oh, okay, I get you. Alistair, no jury but evidence next time, and he should walk seriously. Let's fingers crossed, right? Keijo, I think. How could they get a jury though? The jury has to know nothing about the That's a good point, Keiju. Yeah, the whole world knows it, doesn't it? Okay, that's a good point. Robbie, he will probably get a letter in the post, no case to answer. Do you think so? After all, amazing. Yeah, let's do that. Fighting for England, high fighting for England. Is this an RT feed? I can't find it on YouTube for the past 20 minutes. Are they shadow banning it to me? Fighting for England, I don't have an answer, my darling, I'm afraid. We went down, we were streaming, and then the whole lot went down. The streaming software crashed. All boom, end of game sort of thing. So I'm in a studio here. So I'm resetting everything, and the only way I got this back was to reset the proxy settings, which not everybody's going to be able to do. So I did my best, and here we are, and this is what we've got. We've actually got coverage of it live where many haven't, unless you know of one that's better than this. So I didn't sort of touch anything in case it all goes down again. That's where we are. Nature Boy, RT have blocked the speeches on their live stream. I can't believe that. Can I listen, please? Yeah, help yourself, darling. A KNM. There's not many streams. Okay, thank you, KNM84. Ray, got the sound on PC. Yeah, we've got the sound here. I can hear it. You should be able to hear it. KNM, red pill at birth. King Alfred is smiling. Well, we got coverage. They definitely, right, so this is I'm a bit of a techie on the side, right? So we're midstream, I go to reload and the proxy settings are wrong. This happened to a stream we did yesterday as well. So I've gone in and changed the proxy settings, and there's only so many that can do that. So that's where we are today. Silver Legion abruptly has muted on. Yeah, I know, we just tried it, but we've managed to get one. So because this is muted live, what seems like most other places, let's have a listen to what this lady's saying. But I am more at the moment enthused by what's in the chat than what this lady's saying. But let's give her a fair shake of the stick. Hi Skyle Mackenzie, thank you for joining us. If you are just joining us, this is Rhea Bow on Long Live Radio. covering the Tommy Robinson Old Bailey court hearing. It is just coming up 11 a.m. in the UK on the 23rd of October. We are live. We usually stream all day Sundays, hashtag Sunday Long Live, and I'll get you chat in a moment, okay? Okay, there's not too much going on the speech there, is there? Who's written in? Michael, Michelle Adia, has he won? No, darling, it's been adjourned for cross-examination. We've had someone in the chat kindly put in that he gave a speech which blew it open, which has now altered the original course of the court hearing, allegedly, and he's now gets a chance to be cross-examined, which gives him a voice in court. But it still doesn't look like, although I cannot confirm, that the next one will have a jury. But in short, today's court hearing has been adjourned. That's where we've got so far. Susan, welcome, Susan. Ra Music, welcome, Ra Music. Selly, what does that say? Oh, Kelty Casting, welcome, Kelty Casting. Thank you for joining us. Stuart McDonald, welcome, my friends. Andy says 4chan, thank you for good work. I'm working on it, darling. I do my best, right? But we had a complete system failure there midway through. Inferno Mania, thank goodness you managed to get back before Tommy's speech. They changed the proxy settings on us on air. Oh, here he is. Let's get this. So while he's not speaking, for those on audio, Tommy's come out the court. He's surrounded by people. As you can hear, the crowd is going for it. We've got full visuals on Tommy, and he's got a piece of paper in his hand, which I'm guessing is a speech. And that's what we've got coming on. If you're just joining us, this is Ria Bow on Long Live Radio. If you do subscribe, hit the bell. So Tommy is making his way towards the stage, which I believe, if I had to guess, he's about to do a speech. So we're now going to find out with a bit more accuracy where this case lies, and fingers crossed the next one has a jury, because that would be good. Avi Yemen is with him as well. He's also on screen. We've got the cops are there. There's nothing new there, and he's about to give a speech. I'll stop talking as we get something with a bit more substance come on. We've got a guy with an air horn with a cigarette in his mouth. Yeah, proper bod. And we're waiting for Tommy, I believe, to get up on stage and do a speech. Fleur de Thur, thanks for joining us. Did Jared speak? Not that I've seen so far, Fleur. I didn't. Anybody new I haven't said hello to, apologies. I'll get you in a mo while I sort out getting you a good stream. Mama Sumpy and adrenaline is pumping. Yeah, right. Here we go, guys. Here he goes. Tommy's just approaching the microphone, so I'm going to be quiet while we get the goods on what's going on. He's just talking with some friends. The crowd we all really want to hear the outcome of this. Here we go.
Yesterday, the judge last week, you've all seen it in the mainstream media, he went out and he said he will hear my case today. What's changed is that last night they received my statement of evidence to go before the court. It's this statement that has changed what is happening today. I'll read this statement to you. I, Stephen Lennon, journalist of an address in Luton, will say as follows. This is a bit of a long statement, so just bear with me. Share this, share it wide. Louis, facing there, little man. I am the defendant in these contempt proceedings, and the court has served me with 2 allegations of contempt. This is one more than I faced at the Crown Court of Leeds. In relation to the first allegation, breaching the order of the court, which requires, as I understand, an intention to interfere with the administration of justice, I would like to say this. Firstly, I would like to assure the court that undermining the court's authority or interfering with the administration of justice was never my intention. I believed I acted in good faith within the parameters of the Section 4 reporting restriction in place. The information I provided was in the public domain. It was factual and relevant, but did not provide any details of the trial's proceedings other than what had already been reported previously and was readily available online. I rely on the documents in my bundle as examples of what had previously been reported. When I arrived at Leeds Crown Court, and I hope the media are going to actually print this. When I arrived at Leeds Crown Court that morning, I could not obtain any specific details of the reporting restriction order. I do not believe there is a website which holds such details. So I researched online and I reviewed the reporting restriction guidelines provided. They state that the court should include details of reporting restrictions on the court listings, both online and in court, and also provide a notice on the door of the court. My solicitors have photographic evidence to show that the court did not follow these guidelines that day. There were no details listed anywhere of a reporting restriction for this case. This is also in the bundle. The only time the notification about reporting restrictions was available was later that afternoon, after the court had convicted me and sent me to prison. Only then did the court follow the guidelines and list a reporting restriction against the court listings for both the grooming case, the Islamic rape jihad case, and my subsequent case. After my previous experience with contempt of court in Canterbury, I went out of my way to ensure that I would not fall foul of the law again. I privately paid for training with one of London's leading law firms, Kingsley Napoli, to cover all details regarding contempt of court. There is a documentation in relation to this in my bundle. On that morning at Leeds Crown Court, I had knowledge of the verdict of the first phase of the trial. I knew many of the specific details discussed in court for this particular trial. I did not talk about these in my live stream on that day. I had understood, based on my training, that the specifics of the case and the verdicts were off limits for reporting restrictions. Having been unable to obtain any details from the court on the conditions of the reporting restriction, I decided to review the guidelines for reporting restrictions. On the judiciary's website, there is a practical guide aimed at judges and the media on the statutory and common law principles that should be applied with regards to reporting restrictions. This paper was called Reporting Restrictions in the Criminal Courts Act. In this paper, it states, the court have no power under Section 4.2 of the Contempt of Court Act to prevent publication of material that is already in the public domain. See page 27 of this document. I followed my training and this guidance to the letter. I did not divulge any of the previous case verdicts. I did not detail any specifics mentioned in the trial. I did not assume guilt. I refrained from entering court property. I even asked the officer outside court where the court boundaries were and was I okay to film, which he replied and confirmed I was.
I was there,
I also followed the guidance document issued on the judiciary website, informing me I could only reference information that was already in the public domain. Every single thing I said that day was in the public domain. I actually read the charges and the names of the defendants from a BBC News article, which to this day is still live on their website. I also made sure not to film anyone other than the defendants. I was calm and respectful throughout.
As always.
It is my understanding that there is no individual in the last 60 years that has been sentenced to prison for a publication breach of a reporting order. It would appear that my punishment is exceptional. I would ask I am treated in the same manner as every other journalist who has been charged with these allegations. The journalist Rod Liddell was writing for the Spectator magazine in relation to the Stephen Lawrence murder trial when he was sentenced for breaching a Section 4 order and risking prejudice to the trial. He was given a fine. Journalists at the Daily Mail and the Daily Mirror published highly prejudicial material on the trial of Levi Belfield, who abducted and murdered an 11-year-old child. This contempt of court led to the collapse of the entire case and the discharge of the jury. It robbed one of the victims of the chance of justice. The reporters in this instance were not prosecuted. Instead, their employers were found guilty of contempt and fined £10,000. The Daily Mirror have run hit piece after hit piece after hit piece against me for this crime when they have committed far worse in the history. I have reviewed the court transcripts from Leeds Crown Court, where the judge was discussing various reporting order breaches. The judge and the CPS discussed the fact that multiple news sources breached the very same order placed on my trial, and some breaching both the reporting orders by mentioning the grooming trial as well as my arrest and prison term. Lizzie Dearden, the Home Office, hello Lizzie, you're here somewhere, the Home Office Affairs correspondent at The Independent, actually refused to remove her article when provided with the order stating that the effect of social media voids reporting restrictions. The CPS and the judge agreed that these breaches of the order were a matter for the Attorney General to review. When I was informed of the blanket order, I offered to delete my video immediately. Despite the multiple breaches of the order by different newspapers that weekend, and the flat-out refusal by Lizzie Dearden to take her article down, not one of these journalists or the editors of those publications have ever been arrested or prosecuted for breaching Section 4.2 of the Contempt of Court Act. According to the court transcripts, the newspaper breaches of the reporting order was a matter for the Attorney General. My case was not referred to the Attorney General for review. Instead, I was hauled into court immediately, refused my own choice of legal representation, prosecuted and convicted in a matter of minutes in what the Court of Appeal regarded as a flawed trial. I was then imprisoned for over 2.5 months in solitary confinement until I won the appeal. I was held against my categorisation, moved to the highest Muslim population Cat C prison in Britain, subjected to mental torture and constant threats and abuse, and had all of my rights removed in the interests of prison safety. It is clear to me that my continued persecution and heavy-handed tactics from the state is because of who I am rather than what I did. In relation to the second allegation, the strict liability allegation, I would like to say this. It is only since my original trial that there has been an additional charge added, suggesting that the contents of my live stream were prejudicial to this case. The case completed, the jury concluded, and the verdicts were given. I would like to state clearly that in the transcripts from the original trial, the judge discussed my video with Mr. Wright QC, Prosecution Counsel. Having reviewed the entire content of my video, Mr. Wright stated in court, and I'll quote, "There is nothing they could have seen that could in any way prejudice them against the defendants." Judge Marson agreed on the record in court. For this reason, I cannot see why I should face two charges when the core of the allegation in front of Judge Marson was the breach of the Section 4.2 order, other than because I am regarded as a political activist and the charges are motivated by my political activism. I do not accept that the material that was live streamed created either a real or substantial risk of prejudice to the Leeds proceedings. The prosecution counsel and the judge both agreed on the court transcripts that my live stream could not have prejudiced the jury. Will the media please report that? In fact, sorry, we don't need the media to report that because we are the media.
We've got you covered, Tommy. If you're just joining us, this is Rhea Bow covering the Old Bailey hearing with Tommy Robinson. He's standing in front of the people giving a fantastic speech, and I don't think we could get a better view than what we've got. I didn't expect it to be this good. If you're going to subscribe, guys, be sure to hit the bell because we're a live show.
Everything I reported that morning was fair and accurate, published in good faith within the constraints of the judiciary's guidelines for the media. I will address each point in the allegations drafted by the advocate of the court. The first allegation is that I suggested the defendants were involved in wider criminal activity. This is not correct. I was referring to two reports, one on the radio and one in the Huddersfield Examiner, which set out the allegations relating to the 29 individuals. The second allegation is that stating that those of the same ethnicity and religion as the defendants were disproportionately likely to commit the crimes for which the defendants were being tried could prejudice the trial. This statement is factually correct. The Quillian Foundation, who are a Muslim-run anti-extremism think tank, have produced a research paper looking at convictions of these street grooming from 2005 to 2017. This is in the defence bundle. They found 84% of all convictions were South Asian, with the significant majority of those being Pakistani Muslims. All of these victims were white children. Saji Javid, the Home Secretary himself, announced on BBC News this year that in these types of street grooming, the individuals convicted are from a disproportionately Pakistani background. Nazir Afzal is the former head of the Crown Prosecution Service in the northwest of England. He's a lead prosecutor on child sexual abuse, and he also publicly stated on Channel 4 News that Asians, Muslims, and Pakistanis in particular are disproportionately involved in this type of street grooming. He also presented these facts in front of Parliament. I merely stated factual insight into the ethnicity and the religious makeup of the perpetrators of these crimes. I repeated publicly available research papers from the Quillian organisation, testimony from the former head of the Crown Prosecution Service in the Northwest, and a statement from our Home Secretary himself, all three of which are in fact Pakistani Muslims themselves. I do not accept that reporting facts on the ethnicity or the makeup of a particular offender group could be categorised as contempt of court, given the number of grooming trials currently in progress across our country and the commentary on those facts which are widely discussed online and in the media. The third allegation The third allegation is that highlighting as significant the sexual references of the abuse that I elicited from the defendants could prejudice the trial. I asked each of the defendants what their views were on the verdict they were expecting that day. All three of them separately made aggressive, vulgar, sexual references or sexual threats against both my mother and my wife. I did not ask the defendants to comment on their views on my wife or my mother. They did this out of the blue. Repeating what they actually said in the video has no relevance or prejudice on this trial itself. The fourth allegation in Britain in a court is that I made derogatory comments about the religious backgrounds of the defendants. I would like to point out I was not talking about specific defendants on trial. I was referring to a reaction I've received by family and friends on previous convicted grooming gangs. By derogatory comments, it appears to mean telling the truth that under Islamic law, the age of consent coincides with puberty. In Islam, there is no set age for marriage. The Islamic false prophet Muhammad, who is said to serve as a role model for every Muslim, is reported by Sunni Hadith sources to have married Aisha when she was 6 and raped her when she was 9. Mohammed was aged 56 years old at this time. The prosecution may not like to hear the truth, but there is no way that me sharing the truth and facts about a particular religion on social media can lead to prejudice on a trial. In relation to the fifth allegation, a number of comments relied on were made by other people. My comments related to grooming trials generally across the country rather than this particular case, e.g. the exchange at page 8 of the transcripts of the live stream relating to Rotherham and Oxford. I made it clear throughout my video that the trial concerned allegations. I made it clear that the defendants were innocent until proven guilty. I'm glad I've only got to do this once though. Yeah. The nature and the number of these ongoing trials prosecutions and investigations is highly alarming. I believe it is in the public's interest to hear the...
Oh no, sorry guys, we lost the stream. I'll carry on some commentary while I try and get another one. We had such a good shot on that as well. Let me refresh it to see if I can get it back. No, that has gone. Guys, if you're just joining us, this is Ria Bow on Long Live Radio. They've still got live chat, look, but we've lost the actual stream. I don't know, I think, well, I'd be speculating as to why. Oh, here we go. No, that is now a video, I believe. Yes, that is a video. Right, guys, I've got to go trawling the net again to bring you some coverage. Is this another DDoS attack? Let me see if I can find you another stream, guys. That's a video. Right, I'm on the look. If you're just joining us, this is Ria Bow. As you can see, I'm going to try and find... Let's see what Ruptle is doing. And that is a video as well. So we've got to go on the trawl around the YouTube, guys, or wherever else, to see if I can find another stream for you guys. If you're just joining us, this is Ria Bow, and we are looking for there's a live stream. For a live stream. Let's have a look. Have we got volume on this? Fingers crossed here, guys. I'm really not sure if we're going to get one, but I will certainly try my best for you. I'm not looking at the chat at the moment. Yeah, we got another one. Here we go again.
Instead, a decision was made to release these paedophiles back into the community on bail. The same danger was placed on the children in case in question. The now convicted child gang rapists on trial in Leeds that day were also free to walk on the streets on bail. There were 18 different witness statements detailing the rape and the torture of those children, yet the justice system decided that they did not pose a risk to the British public and granted them bail. Just like the Canterbury case, one of these child rapists in Leeds also absconded before his verdict was reached. I believe he has fled to Pakistan, and according to the court transcripts, he was last seen leaving his house with a large bag. That is a convicted child rapist free to roam the streets because he was deemed no risk to the public, and Judge Marson granted him bail. Due to the reporting restrictions on the case, for the last 5 months, none of the British public have been allowed to be made aware that this man is on the run. When the reporting restrictions were lifted, how many national newspapers or news agencies have run a picture of this man?
None of them!
Instead, they've run with headlines saying, "I just letting them go free." I have previously been charged with a non-violent offence. I was remanded straight to prison to await trial. At Leeds Crown Court in May this year, the police whisked me from the streets. I was subjected to a fundamentally flawed trial, and then I was sent straight to prison within 5 hours. This is all whilst the very system allows
While the camera's wandering, guys, this is Ria Bow on Sunday Long Live or Long Live Radio. If you do want to subscribe to my channel, be sure to hit the bell because we're a live show. I won't go on too much more, but put down in the chat where you're from, guys, so people can get an idea of who's watching this stream, okay? Thank you.
to protect them child sexual exploitation and maybe prevent future vulnerable children from falling victim to it. Again, I would like to reiterate that all the proceedings and supremacy of the law of the administration of justice was never my intention. But I truly believe that the reporting restriction on this trial and subsequent connected trials are detrimental to the public and should never have been imposed so the public can hear the details, use the full knowledge of the proceedings to help prevent cases like this coming before the courts.
So I'll just grab a little bit of airtime while you look at the chat, see where people have gone. Thank you guys for putting down where you're from. We've got Thailand as well, look. For those who don't know, the court hearing has been adjourned because Tommy read out a statement that apparently... Oh, I'll stop.
They are aware of the consequences of researching the cases they sit on. It should be upon them, and we should trust them to do the task with honesty and integrity. It should not be for the British public to be kept purposely in the dark just in case they do not. The contents of this witness statement are true and to the best of my knowledge and my belief. That was my statement.
We love the chant, don't we, guys? Thank you for putting where you're from. That's an amazing spread of people. And thank you for joining us. This is Ria Bow on Long Live Radio, Holyhead as well. Look at all these people coming in for those on audio. Thank you for joining us. How many people do you think are there, guys? Put some numbers in the chat, huh? Because it's been reported apparently on BBC Two there's 400. That's not what 400 people look like, is it?
With some thank yous. Carson Kay, my solicitors. Richard Furlong, my barrister. My defence team, paid for by you. Have worked tirelessly behind the scenes, even for the last 24 hours with their submissions. What comes now, and this is where the intent on what they're doing. I have now come to this court 3 times. 3 times with my bag ready to go to prison. That's 3 times I've kissed my children and my wife goodbye. This political witch hunt must end now!
Guys, there's your British bulldog right there, look. You're staring it in the face.
The decision will now go to the Attorney General, and I hope he sees justice, sense. I am being told now that I may be back in court in 4 to 6 months. Now, that is how long it will take to bring another trial against me. I hope, once the Attorney General reads my statement to the court, I hope they do the right thing and I can get on with my life and make plans for the future. I do believe that with this support, with the support that's been shown, that the Attorney General will kick this into the long grass. I want to just say again,
Guys, I realise that the camera isn't on Tommy, but I just daren't shift stream right now. I'm feeling kind of lucky to have this one. If you're just joining us, this is Rhea Bow on Long Live Radio. If you want to subscribe, be sure to hit the bell because we're a live show. I hope I'm feeling lucky to have this one.
I want to say that you all did get me free. All of you got me free. I also want to say that I'm trying to say it anyway. I had this problem last night, an emotional miss. I want to say that when I come out of prison, I wasn't in a great place, but I've come on recovery and everyone's given me so much support and time. I want to thank you as well from my family. I want to thank every single person who showed me support. When I come out, my head was all over the place, and I couldn't even deal with the solicitors. Ezra. I want to thank today. When I was sitting in prison, I read a newspaper article, and it was an interview with a representative of the Middle East Forum in America. It's an organisation headed by Daniel Pipes, and in that article, I read, "We will not stop until Tommy Robinson is free." I would like to thank personally Daniel Pipes, everyone at the Middle East Forum, the stage I'm standing on now, the PA system I'm speaking on, was supported and funded today by the Middle East Forum in America. The entire campaign to free Tommy was supported by the Middle East Forum in America. And I want to embarrass Lisa if she's here from the Middle East Forum. And the Middle East Forum representative, thank you. And take the message back to America that the British public love Donald Trump. We love America. Also, there are other people who until I got out of prison, I had never personally met. People that took my cause on. Jared Batten, UKIP. Jared, along most hip, cool, older gentleman I've ever known in my life, which is Lord Pearson. They worked for my safety to make sure I was safe during my imprisonment. I want to say that's a personal thank you, Jared, to UKIP, to everyone, to Lord Pearson. Janice Atkinson as well, who I only had the pleasure to meet her. Janice took up my fight as well, and again, this was Abby. I've only met her. There's so many people that I've only had the chance to meet since getting free. Abby. I know somewhere. I don't know where she's gone, but Anne-Marie Waters. So thank you to Anne-Marie Waters, darling. Thank you for the support as well, mate. Melanie Shaw. Free Melanie Shaw. I'd like to thank Danny Tomo. He's looking very smart today. Everyone who's here. For years, I want to. And I especially want to thank Louis. But we should, and what we must bring back the attention to, where's Kev? He's on another planet, he's facing that way. Oh no, so thank you to Kev. Kev, hold on. Kev, give us a song. I love you, baby, and it was quite alright.
Guys, if you're just tuning in, this is Rhea Bow on Long Live Radio. I'm going to try and find another stream with a view of the stage. Are you cool with that? I would really like to see what's going on the stage.
But you asked for it. In all seriousness, I think we should remember why we are here. What was I talking about outside that court that day? There are still young girls now in every single town and city that have been taken from us, taken from their mums as sexual slaves at the hands of Islamic gangs.
I'll keep the audio going on this one, guys, while I try and get one on the stage, okay?
If the intention of this imprisonment was to prevent the public having knowledge, I want to spend the next 6 months travelling to towns and cities that have been blighted by these problems. By next summer, the entire world is going to hear the true extent of the rape of Britain.
That's torn it. Sorry guys. Oh, here we go again. Oh, I don't move it.
I had all these ideas, all these plans when I come out of jail, and I struggled to get anything sorted because I was constantly just waiting to go back to prison. So everything, I couldn't plan. I now believe for the foreseeable future, I can make plans as to what I want to do next, which I'm going to continue to do. I want to say, my mum and my dad are here somewhere. You won't see my mum because she's actually about 4'11". That's where I get it from. But yes, I put them through some worry, some stress. So thank you, Mum and Dad, I love you. A special mention to my wife. I as well have put through some hell over the years.
Okay guys, I'm going to try another one, okay?
Gives you a lot of time to think about things. And yeah, just a message to Frank if she's watching this, if my children are watching it. Say thank you.
Right, here we go. Fingers crossed this works. See if we can get a view of the stage. For those just joining us, this is Rhea Bow on Long Live Radio. We usually stream all day Sundays, hashtag Sunday Long Live. If you do want to subscribe to our channel, oh, they're streaming abruptly, so that's no good. Right, so the search goes on. I'll put the audio back on of what we had to try and do what we can for you guys out there. I'm going to refresh the screen so we know it's live. Sorry guys.